This is Double O Direct. We're also streaming spicefm.co.ke. Good morning, Olivia Otieno here, playing you music by female artists, hosting amazing, incredible, sensational female guests. Let me tell you, Leo itakuwa fire. And coming up, more divas like Whitney, Paula, Riri. But now, with me is the co-founder and CEO of Vivo Activewear. So, there actually could be some truth in middle children being overachievers. They're always forgotten at home. So out there in the world, they want to stand out. They want to be a somebody. Wendy Gishuru.
Morning.
You're not a morning person?
No, not at all.
You're not waking up like...
No. I do that at night.
At night? I'm going to find you. I was told, Olivia, your makeup, your lashes, do not waste them. Be out this evening.
All right.
So, quick background on Vivo Activewear.
Uh-huh. What
Tell
do you
me.
want to know?
I want to know what inspired you from having a degree in economics to starting a fashion brand? Because you're not a designer.
No, not at all.
Would you satisfy yourself as a fashion entrepreneur?
Now I do, but I think for the longest time I just wanted to run a business. I wanted to establish, I wanted to build something. It didn't really need to be in fashion, but that's where, I found myself. And initially with a really strong focus on fitness wear, on dance wear, but that's evolved. We just celebrated 10 years.
Congratulations, a big deal.
Yeah,
very big deal.
and it's been a tough last year. I mean, COVID hasn't been easy for many of us, but we're still standing. We're still here.
So from the minute you thought, I want to have a business, to the minute you were like, I've just sold my first outfit, whether in a store or online or to a friend, what was that timeline like?
So initially, we didn't even have a store. We were importing finished product, mostly from Asia, and then selling it online.
Yes.
Trying to sell it online, but no one at that point, this was 10 years ago.
Yes.
People were like, no, but we want to come see it. So I had people coming to my house. And that was all very weird. I'm not very good at the money exchange thing. I'm not the person who can be at the cashier desk,
negotiate
on
and
the
say,
shop floor, listening to people, asking for discounts. That is not my space at all. But I remember the first day we opened our very first store at the Junction, and the first client walked in and made a purchase. It was, it just felt really surreal. And I was standing behind the cashier with all the money lined up. It felt like I was playing Monopoly.
Lovely.
Sort of setting up, the notes in order.
Yes.
But yeah, so from the time we started thinking about it to the first sale was probably about 6 months.
Really?
Yeah, because we were importing, we had to travel, we had to go find product.
No, Wandia. Tell the truth. From the minute you thought, I want to have a business.
Yes.
To the minute you sold your first garment. 6 months.
Yes. Is that too little or too long?
Too little.
Oh, no.
I have a friend called Felista Washira. Felista, can you stop procrastinating? How many years now?
So one thing I am very good at is execution. I don't waste time. If I have an idea and I'm not too worried about making it perfect.
Yeah.
I just act. I don't let ideas sit in my head too long.
I absolutely love it. So speaking of ideas sitting in your head.
Yes.
5 words to describe Wandia Gishuru. Because I thought firstly you were a very large woman, curvy, voluptuous.
Are you saying I'm not curvy?
No. Let me be honest. You've walked in here like you're just about to hike in Gong Hills. Yeah, and
Oh
that
my
is totally
goodness.
cool. That is totally fine. I'm loving your outfit. I'm loving the look. But I thought you identified a gap for, the African woman curve that was, missing. And you decided, I'm going to capitalize. I'm going to monopolize on that. Then you check it and I'm like, aye?
Okay, well, so what do you want me to talk about? The gap or the 5 words?
5 words first.
5 words. Intense. Loyal.
Okay.
Persistent. Young at heart. That's more than one word.
Youthful.
And what else? How would my friends describe me? Generous. I think they'd say I'm generous. Yeah.
I love it. So your inspiration to import these finished products that appeal to women, honestly, I was surprised when I put on this outfit. Please, at some point, go to at SpiceFMKE because you have actually given me curves. I am 2 pencils in terms of my figure, but Wandia has given me curves today at SpiceFMKE. It's about to be uploaded. You're going to see it. I thought that your clothes were only for the voluptuous woman.
No, that is such a misconception. I think, we try to cater to everyone. And
Yes.
the beauty of African women is we are so varied in our heights and our body shapes
Yes.
and our curves and our skin tones. And so there isn't this one look. When I traveled to Asia for the first time and realized 90% of the women wear one size. They
Yes.
literally make most clothes in one size in a
Yes.
country like Thailand.
Yes.
I'm like, that would never work in Kenya,
Never.
And so we try to design and make clothing that will cater to everybody. Like
Okay.
everyone should find something. What I love, I was with someone yesterday who said, my mother, myself, and my children all wear Vivo.
Yes.
And there is a story for every Vivo dress. And she was
Yes.
like, my child's graduation, I wore a Vivo dress.
Yes.
The first day, I was starting a new job, I wore a Vivo. So I was like, we need to start telling those stories. And how Vivo accompanies you and sort of dresses you for a whole range of things.
I love it, Wandia. I love it. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more after some Whitney Houston. Media.co.ke. Good morning. I'm Olivia Otieno taking your requests. Janet, I understand you have a pal listening from Durban in South Africa. I'm going to be shouting them out and sending out a request to them as well at Spice FM KE. If unlike Janet, you do not have my WhatsApp number, please use at SpiceFMKE. Send them through, but now I'm still with the co-founder and CEO of Vivo Activewear and now Shop Zetu. Isn't that right, Wendy?
Yes.
So tell me about the transition from Vivo or just the launch of Shop Zetu. How alike or unlike are they?
So Shop Zetu is a completely e-commerce platform. Think
Yes.
of it like Jumia, but dedicated to fashion and
Yes.
dedicated to brands.
So it's not just your brand.
Not at
just
all.
Vivo.
We have, I think, over 90 brands on the platform right now, and it's mostly Kenyan brands.
Yes.
A lot of locally made, locally designed products. It's all fashion, beauty, and accessories.
Excellent.
And it's really an opportunity to sort of give customers a chance to buy from multiple brands at the same time. So you don't have to go to
Different places.
different
look for-
websites,
yes.
pay different deliveries,
Yes.
and for some of these brands, we will create the content as well. We'll hopefully expose them to people that they wouldn't normally know of them, and
Or have access to.
them. So I think it's an exciting platform.
I have a question. I'm not a designer, but perhaps I want to import ready-made. Could I have a partnership with you on Shop Zetu, or do I
Yeah.
have to be designer and have to have the clothes made here?
No. You can definitely partner with us, but I think it helps to have some uniqueness to your offering.
Yes.
So even if you're not making it here, you're specializing.
Yes.
Right now, we're looking at a brand that carries Brogue shoes, for
Yeah,
example, and
love
it's like
them. Yes.
that's not something that it's not obvious. Where would I go if I want to find that? So we
Yes.
want to become like the go-to place to search.
Yes.
Like I want a pair of black jeans. Let's see how many different
Options are there.
options are there. What are the different price points? What have people said about it? What are the reviews? And just make it really easy for people.
I saw that you stock African Yuva.
Yes. And you were wearing it just the
Last
other day.
week,
Yeah.
I was dressed by Beverly of African Yuva. I felt so fly, 41 and fly. My goodness. No. So generally, when it comes to work,
Yes.
3 great moments that one day you're like, whoa, these were great moments.
Oh my goodness, what a great moment. Early on, we hired people who had been tailors and working for other organizations for 20, 30 years
Yes.
and had never been able to save money. But because of the sort of way that we tried to pay our staff and
Yes.
whatever, within a year, one of those guys was able to buy his first piece of land.
That is
That was
incredible.
like, wow. So that was an amazing moment.
Yes.
Winning top retail business in medium-sized business in Kenya in 2018.
Incredible.
That was a great moment. Actually, we went home with 3 prizes that day.
Incredible. Which were the 3? Tell me.
So it was number 2 overall, medium-sized business in the country.
Yes.
Number 1 retail, and I got the top female CEO award. So that was all in one night. That was great. And 10 years, we did a lot of exciting stuff and got a lot of support. I think we did giveaways from about 100 different companies in
Yes,
Kenya
yes.
and lots of prizes. I think that whole experience, and it was a chance for us to sort of celebrate all the different communities. So, our customers, the people who follow us on social media, suppliers, partners, brands we partner with. So that was a super high. Yeah.
I loved that campaign.
Yeah.
I started following you because I saw what you were doing through somebody else's platform. And then I was like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
And then it was such a nice way to document the journey.
Yes.
Because it was like, 8 years ago, 5 years ago, when we first launched this line or that. And I was thinking, this is so incredible. It's such a nice way to reminisce and to give thanks to the people
And
who
it's been a
supported you.
tough time for so many people, and including for us. I mean, it's been really hard. So I think having something to sort of just smile about, celebrate was great.
Speaking of tough times, what about 3 terrible moments?
Oof. The thefts at work. I mean, in maybe our second year or third year in business, finding out that 2 of our staff had, sort of been helping themselves to the till.
So it's the till or it's the merchandise?
It's both. But in
Yes.
this particular case, it was the till. And these were ladies that I had personally sort of hired and mentored
Yes.
and stuff like that. It was painful. I'm like,
Yes.
you're like my children. How
I
could
know.
you,
How could you do this
how
to
could
me?
you do
You
this? So
Menendez.
that was really hard.
Yes.
Having to, face COVID, that's
Yeah.
been really tough.
So you source primarily from China,
Yes. Well, our fabric.
your fabric.
About 2/3, yes, and the other third from Mauritius.
So you don't bring in ready-made clothes. You actually just get
Not
the
anymore.
fabric.
Not anymore. Everything we offer right now is made in Kenya.
That is incredible.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
we make 95% of it in-house, but we
Yes.
also outsource production. And I think as we grow, we'll try and outsource more and more of that production, especially for products that we don't have the right expertise to make. Like
Yes.
right now, we're doing a lot of denim,
Yes,
khakis.
yes.
What I'm wearing today, it's part of our new brand called
Yes.
Safari.
Yes.
So that we outsource.
Yes.
We work with a company that does sweaters and
Yes.
knitwear. So that as well. So that was hard. I mean, supply chains dried up. First of all, our revenues collapsed. I mean,
Okay.
like 80% down.
Completely?
Completely. I mean,
How
because
many outlets did you have?
at the time, 14?
14 Vivo outlets.
Yes. And
Okay.
175 staff.
Wow.
And we, our main thing was no matter what happens, the last thing we're going to do is let people go.
Okay.
So we held on to everybody. We made sacrifices. Some of
Yes.
us took pay cuts
Yes.
and whatever. But our revenues collapsed. We pivoted. We went into masks. I think last year we made over 1 million masks.
Incredible.
Branded, a lot of corporate stuff.
Yes.
Not high margin business at all, but it helped us keep the lights
Yes.
on.
Yes.
And, so COVID was tough. What's another tough time? I mean, I think there's always stress around deadlines and opening a new store.
Yes.
I don't enjoy the rush at the end. I like to
Yes.
sort of plan things a bit better
Okay.
but it never seems, it doesn't matter how many times you do it, it's like 10th store, why are we still getting this wrong?
Yes.
But I mean, those aren't really the lowest moments. I think the hardest moments are when it comes to, things that impact people and our staff in particular. And, luckily, I mean, through COVID, we've had a few COVID cases, but we
Yes.
haven't lost anyone. But we've had people who've lost family members, and yeah.
SFM is streaming on standardmedia.co.ke. I'm Olivia Otieno. This is Double O Direct, female host, female artists, female guests. And please keep sending in your requests and shout outs at SpiceFMKE on your preferred social media platform. But today I'm dressed by a lady who in 2011 left employment, paid employment, to start a fashion company. Madness, lunacy. Or is it, Wandia?
Not at all.
Why do you say that?
Because I think, people overrate what employment's about. I mean, self-employment, entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
Yes.
But I love this phase, having control, being able to make decisions, run with things that you would probably never get approval to do if you had to go through other, bosses and
Yes.
things like that. So no, I think it's been great. I would not change it for the world.
Challenges that you feel now that you've had 10 years experience
Yeah.
that are stopping others from venturing into this sort of enterprise.
biggest thing is fear. I think it's just, our own, and women in particular more than men, because we're not as we don't take risks as much as men do often, and for good reason.
Yes.
But I think more than there are tons of systemic issues, but I think more than anything, what holds us back as women in particular is our own belief systems, our own, sometimes lack of confidence, needing things to be perfectly lined up before we'll jump into them. And so I meet tons of women who have the most amazing ideas.
Yes.
But they just sit with them. And
Felista Felista was one of my childhood friends. She is brilliant. Not only that, she is extremely talented. She can put up a business plan in a second. But she needs Wandia for execution.
Which is why you need people who, coaches, friends, people who are going to hold you up and say, first of all, see how great you are. But secondly, get off your ass.
Moving.
You know what I mean? Do it.
Yes.
Like, just try. I'm 100% for taking the next step.
Excellent.
Like, not just leaving it as a thought.
So, outside of Vivo, like I understand that you were born in Quebec, Canada. Mm-hmm. Then you went to Kilimani Primary School. Mm-hmm. So, at what point did you move back to Kenya?
As a baby, my dad was a Kenyan student. He was one of the lucky ones who got on the Tomboya airlift.
You could have been like Canadian Prime Minister.
Oh.
This could be the Barack Obama that we're witnessing.
The next Obama, yeah. So he went over there in the early 60s, met my mom, got married. They had my older brother and I. And then he was, I don't want to be here when Kenya's getting independence. I want to be part of that, that early sort of pioneers of what's going to happen building this economy. So they moved back here when I was a year old. So I don't remember being in Canada at all. And then he worked for the Kenyan Foreign Service, so was posted to Washington, D.C. So I spent from the age of 2 to 7 living in the States. So that I remember a little bit.
Yes.
But then I don't have a very good memory. So, so we came back here and I was in Kenya from the age of 7 until 17.
Brilliant.
And then only left to go to university. Yeah.
Where you studied economics.
Yes.
So the MBA that you have, is it before or after you launched Vivo?
Oh, long before. I did that in, when I was 29. And I didn't start Vivo till I was 43, 44.
You're looking 32. Let me just tell you. When I asked your age and you told me, I'm like, you are gold. Because I feel like sometimes, do you take time? Is it a conscious effort to be youthful and to maintain your physique? Or is it you're just natural like that?
I think I think your energy is more what you are naturally. In fact, I have to remind myself, Wandia, stop it. Like, you're older now. Chill,
I know. I'm like, we're grown.
But I think when it comes to your body and, staying in shape and keeping fit, that is a very conscious effort. Mm-hmm. And I struggle. I mean, I don't have a weight problem so much, but I definitely, feel my body getting weaker and needing, wanting to do something about that.
So we've covered your upbringing, we've covered your education, we know about your business. Who else? Yeah, outside of work, who are you?
Oh dear, I'm a mother. I have 2 amazing teenage girls. I'm a friend. I'm strong on family. I'm very close to my mother, who I haven't seen for a while because she lives in Canada and COVID's not made that easy.
In Quebec?
No, in New Brunswick.
Oh, so she's not Quebecois?
No.
So you're not French-Canadian like
not
Celine Dion?
Not at all. But I was born there because my dad was at McGill.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic school.
So I love music. I love dancing. I love being outdoors. I love walking. Karura is like my favorite place in Nairobi. And I love getting together with I'm a very social person. Like, I love being with friends. I don't mind being alone, but I get my energy from others. So I feed off others,
I'm taking you dancing. It's official. Double O and Wandia are going to be hitting.
You'll have to show me the latest.
I got the latest. I got the moves. In fact, I have a hookup with the youth. It's called Mumbinjoroge.
Okay.
She's my producer.
All right.
She's young.
And she likes to dance?
Oh, she can break it down like nothing.
Okay.
She's all demure.
And she doesn't mind hanging with...
No. She'll just direct us to where to go.
Okay.
She will not be seen
she won't be seen? No, really?
No. Like, below, you guys over 40, please. I have a reputation. But finally, what are you reading?
What am I reading right now? Brene Brown's latest sort of Daring to Lead.
Yes.
I love her. I've been sort of following her, reading her books for a while. And I'm at the stage now where it's no longer about trying to do it myself. It's about how do I encourage and lead others. And that's, a struggle for me because I'm a micromanager. I
Yes.
like to make the decisions. So the whole leadership journey is one that I'm determined to get better at.
If you could give 18-year-old Wandia some words of wisdom, or just some words,
Yes.
what would they be?
Wow. Start saving money early.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make everything about boys.
Mm-hmm.
Be curious and explore, adventure. Go out there, Don't worry so much about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I mean, you're young. You can afford to sort of, just be a bit more relaxed and carefree. And I think I mean now, especially now, I look at a lot of younger women, teenagers, and they're so serious. They're so worried about I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this and that. So I think just enjoy life.